It's Korea's superstars' turn to enter the court. Lee Yong-dae, in partnership with Kim Sa-rang here, up against the world #1 men's double pairing of Kai-yun and Fu Haifeng. Of course, Lee Yong-dae came into this week without his partner, about the man who, or I should say the partnership, which has caused most problems really in recent times to Kai-yun, Fu Haifeng. Lee Yong-dae has shown though, and he showed it in the semi-final, that give me any old partner and I can still play some great badminton. He did that against Denmark in the semi.
Yes, he did. Lee Yong-dae, of course, normally plays with Jung Jae-sung, who sadly wasn't able to make the trip here to Wuhan because of that lower back injury, and I think there was quite probably consideration about the Olympic preparation and the build-up to that. They didn't want to risk it further getting any worse. But Lee Yong-dae, he's already Olympic champion in the mixed doubles. He will be trying to defend that title in London. But I think his real chance is in the men's doubles. But as you say, you know, he's teamed up with Kim Sa-rang, played in the semi-final against Jonas Rasmussen and Joachim Fischer, and went the full distance there. And I have to say, Kim Sa-rang in the opening game against the Danes was not at his best. There is no doubt that Kim Sa-rang is a very talented player, and he usually plays with Kim Ki-jung. And of course, Kim Ki-jung is scheduled to play the second men's doubles. So the two Kims playing together are in fact Asian champions, but they've not been selected as a pair. They've stuck with this one, which was playing second men's doubles. And
they've got rid of the ones who were playing first doubles, who are world ranked #4.
Yes, it's all fairly bizarre. I'm not sure that getting rid of the world #4s as a partnership was such a bad idea. They haven't played well throughout this Thomas Cup campaign. They haven't really been in form all year. So as far as Yu Young-sung and Ko Sung-kyung is concerned, yeah, possibly wise to break them up. But of course, Lee Yong-dae has played a couple of tournaments last year with Ko and won those two tournaments. So
in America and in Canada. But he's also, apparently, he's been playing some provincial matches. They're Team Samson teammates, Lee Yong-dae and Kim Sa-rang. So they were playing a few events early in springtime that maybe the Korean coaches saw something there, and obviously they're very happy with it. And under the, I suppose, the experience of Lee Yong-dae, they're happy for Kim Sa-rang to go out there and maybe perform to his best.
Yes, and I think it's a very different scenario for him today. Of course, playing against the Danes, who both the Danish men are in their 30s, and they themselves were a scratch pairing. And of course, Kim Sa-rang, I think, probably approached the match, goodness me, I'm playing with Lee Yong-dae, the big superstar, and we're expected to win this. We have to deliver for Korea. Whereas today, playing against the 4 times and reigning world champions, Tai and Fu, he can approach it in a different way, because he can almost say to himself, well, we're not really expected to win this one, and therefore he can relax, he can enjoy the experience, and maybe he will play with a little bit of freedom. Because I thought in the opening game against the Danes, which the Koreans lost 21-11, I thought he was off the pace.
World doubles #1 pairing, Kai-yun and Fu Haifeng, 4 times world champions. Well, Lee Yong-dae and Kim Sa-rang, and it's interesting what you said about that first game. I managed to get a quote from Kim Sa-rang on that. He said there was so much pressure on him, he felt, and so nervous. He said, but Yong-dae kept encouraging him, and he felt very demoralised after the first game, but he just followed Lee Yong-dae's lead, and he said that was the key to their success. Now he's obviously going to have to come out of the blocks a little quicker here, because these are classy opponents they're up against.
Well, I mean, the career of Taiyun and Fu Haifeng has been absolutely extraordinary. You mentioned their 4 world titles. Of course, they've been All England champions twice as well. They've never won the Olympic gold medal. They've never won the Asian Games gold medal. Beaten in Beijing 4 years ago against Marcus Kido and Hindra Setiawan, who of course won't be in London to defend their title.
No.
But, you know, I think that this Chinese world #1 pairing are probably the most feared pair in world badminton. They don't play as many tournaments nowadays, perhaps because of their age, and perhaps it needs more time to recover. Of course, Taiyun is 32, his partner is 28, the left-hander. There he is, Fu Haifeng. But, you know, only 2 tournaments this year, but 2 finals, winning 1 of them. You know, that's not such a bad record, is it?
It isn't. And of course, it was Lee Yong-dae who, in the final, got the better of them, of course, with a different partner, which we've mentioned already. But as you say, I think it's interesting that they put these 2 out first pairing anyway, Lee Yong-dae with Kim Sa-rang. They didn't want to hold Lee Yong-dae back, did they? You know, given his record, although of course it's in a partnership against this pair of Kai and Fu, who so far have well, looked pretty much indestructible against Sado and Kawame. Pushed in that first game, but straight games victories in all their matches so far.
Yeah, it's interesting that 2 of those pairs they played against former world #1s, Kido and Septino. Sorry,
it was his brother.
It was his brother. Yeah.
Well, here is Kim Sa-rang. As you see, they've only played together once. But he has just 22 years of age, but Asian badminton champion with Kim Ki-jung, who are 25th in those world rankings. But he has this man alongside him, the huge star in Korea, Lee Yong-dae. Never seems to get with his partner at the Thomas Cup, Jung Jae-sung, because Lee Yong-dae was actually injured 2 years ago for the Thomas Cup in Kuala Lumpur. And as you can see, just 1 match on court. That was in the semi-final when they turned it around from that 21-11 deficit in the very first game.
But it's interesting to me that they were also selected for the quarter-final against Germany, but they didn't have to play because the match was already won. The overall tie, that is.
Well, the umpire for this one is Hakan Foster of Sweden. Well, China obviously 1 up here, and the expectations are that this world doubles #1 pairing of Fu and Kai will get it done, but they know all about one of their opponents, this man here, who'll be at the other end of the court. Not sure if they'll know as much about Kim Sa-rang, but I'm sure they've done their homework.
It's just interesting, isn't it, with the 2 Korean men. And when we think of Lee Yong-dae, so vastly experienced, 23 years of age, whereas his partner is only 1 year younger. And the difference in their experience in world terms is absolutely colossal.
Right. Korea represented by Lee Yong-dae, Kim Sa-rang. The left, China represented by Taiyun, Fu Haifeng. China to serve. Taiyun to Kim Sa-rang. Level. Play.
So can Kai and Fu be stopped here by this Korean pair, who are competitive play, are only playing together for the 2nd time? Such a wonderful combination. The power of Fu Haifeng, the abilities of Kai Yun. It's an irresistible combination. Well, there's a bit of confidence from Kim. That'll help him settle down in this final.
Yes, and immediately we can see that he has indeed got the freedom, away from the pressure of being expected to win, to actually go for his shots. And I wonder, in a way, if there's even more significance to this Korean selection here in today's final, because, of course, Jung Jae-sung will be retiring after the London Olympics, and there's been a lot of talk as to who will then form the partnership with Lee Yong-dae. Well, there's obviously some faith in this young man, isn't there, Kim Sa-rang? Well, with shots like that, no wonder. And a good low serve, perfect low serve.
3-2.
There's a spring in the step, isn't there, from the Korean two here? Early days, of course.
Good flick serve. So deceptive. Well, to even reach it. Oh, that's a lovely little shot from Kim Sa-rang. Taking the mid-court push early.
Well, as I said, they played a few matches at a domestic tournament this spring. And they already look very much like they know what one and the other is doing here, Kim and Lee. I mean, you've played doubles. You obviously had great success at the art, but in terms of knowing your partner, it takes a little while, I'm sure, for the natural instincts to become established.
Yes, definitely. So I have to say, sometimes when you form a new partnership, there's a certain freshness about it, and there's more of a willingness to forgive if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, and less questions asked of each other, you know, sort of, oh, don't worry, we'll get that sorted out later, sort of an attitude. Whereas when you've been playing together for years and years, you expect your partner to know if you move to the net and the forehand side, they've got a cover of the other three corners and that sort of thing. And if they don't, then you sort of think, my goodness, what went wrong there? So it's, yes, you do need to have that understanding, but sometimes with brand new partnerships, there's a real freshness and willingness to compensate.
Whoa. How late did he take that through Haifeng? Really got the point in any case.
Yeah, look how deep their defensive stances are. They would have been vulnerable to a drop shot or block.
Yong slip, left the court wide open.
Well, we saw him yesterday play 3 shots from the ground, didn't we? Couldn't manage it today. Of course, it wasn't yesterday, semi-finals day. It's all too exciting for me.
Well, it's coming back to and fro, isn't it? 1.1 by one, and then another 0.1 by the other. Haifeng leading here in this opening game. Make that 10-8. Great recovery again from Kaiyun, and again the dogged determination of this Korean twosome. Seen them come away with the points.
Yeah, he's playing well at the moment, isn't he, Kim Sa-rang?
I'm sure that victory over the Danes of Pedersen and Rasmussen, that what a big boost that must have been to his self-esteem.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Couple that with last month winning the Asian Championships as well with his regular partner.
But it's these two that have the advantage at the interval, 11-9. Flick serve that, as you say, did so well to get a racket to Kim Sa-rang. Chinese pairing. I'm not sure who was going to be serving here, but it's going to be Kaiyun. That ball goes their way.
Yeah, there's a lot of very good channel attack from the Korean pair, keeping it tight, keeping it going down the middle. But when the Chinese are in their favoured formation, as they were in that last rally with Haifeng at the back of the court, thundering down the big smash. Once again, him using the channel attack down the centre of the court, it narrows the angle of reply, and therefore he gets his partner involved at the front of the net, able to intercept and finish off the rally. Oops. Yeah, and that's the naivety of the partnership, that lack of understanding who goes where.
And the thing is, when they're facing iron food, there's got to be no easy points, is there? I mean, yeah, okay, the odd error might slip in, but they're few and far between. There was a bit of a statement from Lee Yong there. Saw that one quickly, didn't he?
Yeah, Chinese ideal formation once again.
This is a bit of a sticky patch, isn't it, for Kim Sa-rung and Lee Yong-dae. They are very much in this match. They've really played well, and they've asked a few questions of this world #1 pairing, but right now they're looking at a little bit second best. Close call, that.
Well, that's incredible defensive play from Lee Yong-dae, driving the shuttle back, going forward to the net. Super fast reactions.
Saying how they're hitting a sticky patch. Well, they're out of that. Didn't last long, did it?
Well, we didn't see it, but I can tell you that Lee Yong-dae went across to Hakan Fosto, the umpire, had a quick word. I'm not quite sure what he was saying. He's obviously upset about something the Chinese are doing. Oh, I don't believe it.
Brilliant. Absolutely magnificent. And I'm talking about players on both sides of the court.
Fantastic rally. How many opportunities did Lee Yong-dae have to finish it off? Well, unfortunately, we're only seeing the two last shots of the rally. It was the attacking play from the front of the court and the defensive quality of the Chinese players early on in that rally that was absolutely astonishing. Oh, that is class.
Over 14-16.
Oh my goodness.
Through the legs from Lee.
Well, for years, I was convinced there was a frailty in the defensive play of Fu Haifeng. I have to say, he worked on that area. He also worked on his net play, and I think he's a very, very complete player now. But they're being exposed once again. Just a little bit stiff in his defence. Got committed to one side rather than being loose so he could defend forehand or backhand.
It doesn't help that Lee Yong-dae's on court. Everyone looks stiff compared to him.
Yep. Fair point.
Big point that. Terrific match though.
Oh, once again, brilliant flick serve.
Well, all credit to the Chinese player. Brilliant defensive work, and they get the benefit of it at the end as well. Kim Sarang just missing the angled shot at the net.
Well, it was the right idea. Just overdid it, as you say.
That's in.
Oh, well, there's been
overruled.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing that again. And Lee Yong-dae feels the same way because he's standing at the net. Oh, dear me. That was in.
And there's nothing now that can be done about it?
No. Very, very surprised.
Lee Yong-dae's looked at the big screen there, and because we've got a big screen in, we've got two of them actually, one saying the score and the other shows the pictures. Lee Yong-dae's looked to his right and seen the pictures.
Yeah, well, the rule of badminton is that the umpire can only overrule if he sees that a clear error has been made.
But didn't he overrule it in the first place? Because or was the call just late from the line judge there?
No, the line judge called it in, and the umpire overruled it.
So
and I'm saying that it was so close that I don't see how it could have been judged to have been a clear error. So a surprising call by the umpire.
Yeah. No, I'm with you now. It's game points, but obviously that's a big talking point at 18-15. But like everyone on court, like us here in the commentary box, of course, Haifeng Foster is only human as well. No one is perfect. That is definitely in.
Service over 16-20.
Phenomenal.
Well, what a superb opening game in this men's doubles match here at the Thomas Cup final. Kai Yun and Fu Haifeng playing some wonderful badminton. And you have to say, this scratch pairing of Lee Yong-dae and Kim Sam-rang played some pretty good stuff themselves. Big call though at 18-15, wasn't it? This was a fabulous way to win the game.
Yeah, he's hit 2 or 3 smashes from the back of the court. Look how Fu Haifeng moves out. He knows that his partner will want to come forward and to play just that little clip down, aware of where the space was, finding such an acute angle, absolute brilliance.
Fabulous 20 minutes, wasn't it? So China 1, Korea 0 after the men's singles, and now 1-love up in games here as well.
Well, I think the statistics just reflect how close that opening game was.
Second game. Level. Play.
Well, let's hope for more of the same, more of this top-notch badminton between these four players. Looks like we will.
Serve over. 1 love.
Well, there's a little indication there from the Korean bench, from their coaches, to Kim Sa-rang, saying, come on, you've got to keep your racket up, ready at the net, really be a threat.
Serve over. 2-1.
What a great return of serve. But it has to be said, 80% of the time, Tae-yoon does always play back to the net off that low serve. So for all opponents, and especially the Koreans today, I think they will need to be hunting that. Once you've played the good low serve to him, step forward.
Well, again, dispute. No overruling.
Yeah, it wasn't a question of lengthwise, it was a question of whether it was out the side, and we can't tell from that.
Well, I think, yeah, difficult to tell, but I think the right call this time. I think that's more to do with the ill feeling of the point towards the end of the last game, where clearly it was a mistake. It increases the pressure on the umpire, doesn't it? Because he knows he's made a mistake now as well, because he saw it on the big screen like everyone else.
Yeah, he's a very experienced umpire, though. He's been umpiring for a number of years. He was in Beijing Olympic Games. Don't know whether he'll be in London. He is very experienced.
That's what they're playing for. Thomas Cup, 27th edition this year. First held in 1948-49. 3 nations have ever won it. One of them in action here, of course, China.
What a smash.
Serve over 3-4.
Brilliant defence.
I'm tired watching. It's excellent. Oh, what a shame for it to end like that. So much hard work put into that point all round. Just couldn't get the racket out of his body, could he there, Kim Sarang?
Serve over 5-3.
281.
And they got it back. Well, the noise levels just keep being cranked up a little here in Wuhan.
Well, once again, we're just seeing the end of the rally, but what was really interesting to me was Tsai Yun earlier on in the rally. His movement at the net and his anticipation was just incredible.
Serve over 4-6.
Giving in.
5-6.
Clearly in. What did he do there? Exactly as I suggested. It was a good low serve, and Kim Sarang moved really close to the net, and Tsai Yun returned his net shot into the net, making an error. Just the sheer threat of being there, moving forward.
Well, this is a fascinating match, isn't it? Of course, we've got the world's best pair at one end and this young pair at the other. The prodigious talent that is Lee Young-dae, and a partner who's growing in confidence as well, and it's absorbing.
It's landed in.
In again.
8-6.
5 straight points. Yeah, it's plumb on the line. And the crowd beginning to get a little bit agitated here.
Now the cries of China. They left their two favourite players in doubles.
Yeah, it didn't move forward to the net, therefore had to lift it.
Great response, isn't it, to those 5 points lost on a spin.
Serves over 10-8.
Yes, brilliant shot.
Yeah, greeted with almost silence from the crowd.
Yeah, 11-8 the lead here for Lee and Kim in this second game. What a terrific battle this is turning out to be.
Hyun Jin, the coach, definitely giving some advice on the defensive play, steer it or drive it back.
You know, and the talk was of that match against Denmark where Lee Yong-dae was leading the way and Kim Sa-rang was following his lead. They seem a fairly equal pairing here this afternoon.
Yes, they do, and I think, I mean, I watched Kim Sa-rang winning those Asian Championships also here in China last month in Qingdao, and I thought what an inspirational, dynamic player he was. Didn't see any of that really in the opening game and maybe 2 games in the semi-final. But we're seeing a lot more of it today. That adventurous play, that willingness to try something a little bit different. There we go. There we go. Oh.
Hand on head there from Kim Sa-rang. He knew he just overcooked it. But a little dispiriting in some way for Kai and Fu because they're so used to playing these shots and not have them come back. Not used to that kind of feeling when they are coming back.
Yeah, and it's quite obvious to me that the Chinese pair want to try and really pressurize Kim Sa-rang. But as you've pointed out, he really is responding very well indeed. In the semi-final, he was a weakness. We can't hide from that fact.
Well, he admits it, yeah.
Yeah, it's not been unfair to him. Whereas today, he's responding so well. I don't see that he is a weakness, and I just wonder perhaps whether the Chinese should take out of the equation that they've really got to pressurize Kim and play as if they were playing against a normal doubles pair, as it were, because
as if Jung Jae-sung was out there as
absolutely.
well.
I think they're getting bogged down with trying to pressurize Kim and not playing their normal game.
wide. 2 points since the interval here. Iron Fu. Well, Lee Hyun-il made Lin Dan fight for his point. Kim In-lee are doing the same here against Fu and Kai.
Oh, that's so loose. Got what it deserved. Service judge Mike Walker from Canada calling a fault, saying that the racket wasn't pointing in a downward direction. Well, it's never a good moment to make an error on serve. I just sense that could be very costly indeed. Well, Taiyun does that far too often. It finds those net cords for it just to be luck.
Serves over 40-13.
Haifeng just demonstrating how much he's improved at the front of the court, hunting the shuttle.
Wouldn't want to call this one right now, would you? From the Yong Day. China have found their rhythm again here in this second game.
15-14.
Terrific defense there from Fu Haifeng. those 5 points in a row. They were leading 11-8. It's turn around back in China's favour here now, 16-14. All credit to Kai and Fu, really made to work. But they're coming up with a goods hit. Well, thick as the death then, obviously.
15-16.
Well, it went a little quiet in the Wuhan Sports Arena here. With Lee and Kim showing little sign of frailty and building a lead. There was a feeling that maybe this one was heading for a third game, but now Kai Yun and Fu Haifeng are 4 points away from making it 2-0.
Serve over. 16-17.
Well, this Korean pair may well be a pairing we'll see a lot more of in future big events, especially given the way they played here.
Yeah, that's the sort of shot that I was talking about earlier. That freedom and that inspirational sort of just doing something very different, unexpected. Usually a considered very dangerous shot to smash across court in doubles. But he noticed that Fu Haifeng was committed to the backhand defence and therefore hit cross court towards his forehand side. Very, very clever. And good awareness too.
Gobbled up by Kai Yun. Is this the winning push to the finishing line?
18-17.
Given out. There was a check in the look from the umpire to his line judge, but given long. Sweeping of the court needed to get rid of a little bit of perspiration that's fallen. You can't be surprised they're dripping with sweat out there given what they've been doing for 45 minutes.
Can't help but wonder what the situation would be right now if Kim Sa-rang hadn't served into the net when they were leading 13-11. I think that just gave the Chinese pair a little bit of momentum to say, right, we're right back in this.
Not being mopped properly. Yun Day pointing to where he wants it now. Kim Sa-rang as well. Yong Bo. Well, I think this is what he expected, you know. This is a final of the Thomas Cup. Of course Korea are going to come here and put up a fight. Suddenly they're 2 points away. Lee and Kim from taking this to a third and final game.
Yeah, just doesn't look quite as comfortable at the net, does he, Fu Haifeng, as his partner. And that's where he's absolutely delighted to be, at the back of the court, thundering down the smashes.
Misunderstanding between Fu and Kai there, one leaving it to the other. That allowed us to see game points for Lee and Kim. So the tension in the air. There was an opportunity there, wasn't there, for the Korean pair, but once it went, they were quickly on the attack there to save that game point. Fu Haifeng and Kai Yun. Game point. Can they do it this time? Kim Sa-rang and Lee Yong-dae.
Now, if he's going to serve low, he should move forward.
A hand of apology from Lee Yong-dae. That came rather too easily from Korea's perspective to China. Second game point saved. Of course, you have to win by 2 clear points. Suddenly it's match point.
What a return of serve.
I don't know how Kai Yun got it back. Well, we've had 2 game points, we've had 1 match point. And still nothing to separate these 4 players in this second game, 22-22. No one's been able to win 2 points in a row. I make it for the last 10 points. Third game point then for Kim and Lee. It's on the Lee Yong serve this time. Oh, it's agony, isn't it? Agony for one side, pure joy for the other, coupled with relief. Makes it all rather noisy. It's fabulous to watch. Here comes another match point. And the China team are on their feet at that one. And you saw the yell of Kai-Yun.
Yeah, sensational play by the left-hander.
Is it to be this time? Wonderful game. In some respect, you don't want it to end. It's out! China are 2 to the good. What a wonderful match. Emotions spilling over. Fantastic play from Haifeng and Kai-Yun. But let's also give some credit here to their brilliant opponents, who I'm sure, if the Korean team are watching, and of course they have been, that here's a pair for the future in Lee Yong-dae and Kim Sa-rang. Kai-Yun's off to give his shirt to some very happy people. Well, they had 3 game points, Lee and Kim. This was the second match point though for Fu and Kai. And a lot to be taken out of this match, Gio, don't you think, for all 4 players?
Very much so. As you say, the Koreans could well be a force to be reckoned with in the future. I mean, to push the world #1s and current world champions this close
in their own backyard.
In their own backyard, quite phenomenal. But isn't it just extraordinary how a pair like Fu and Tai can time and time again deal with these pressure situations and still come through.
Yeah, it's not by luck. They practice so hard, and it's amazing how many times they do overcome at the crucial point. 21-16, 25-23. They're actually on court for 53 minutes, but it did seem to fly. Probably felt like 46. And it does mean now that China here are on the brink of winning once again this Thomas Cup. So China 2, Korea 0. 2 really hard 4 points won by China in this Thomas Cup final. All credit Korea for that, but then again, every bit of credit to China for actually coming up with the victories in the end.